This episode is brought to you by SD Sober Living. If you or someone you know needs a safe, supportive recovery home, then reach out to SD Sober Living at www.sdsoberliving.org or call 619-334-9869. That's 619-334-9869. Come get some fuck fentanyl and some San Diego recovery at SD Sober Living. Hey everyone, it's the Fuck Fentanyl guy here, and I wanted to make a special announcement that Nobody Plans on Dying presents the Wicked Fast San Diego Marathon and Half Marathon. It's more than a race, it's a movement. Join the runners, families, survivors, and our community as we raise awareness for fentanyl overdose prevention, honor lives, and fight for hope, healing, and second chances. Every mile matters, every voice matters, every step helps saves lives. Join us at Syquan Casino on June 13th at 9 a.m. and purchase tickets on www.wickedfastca.com. That's www.wickedfastca.com to join the race or just to show up and support. The Fuck Fentanyl guy will be there. I hope to see you guys there too.
This is gonna feel real good, alright? Most dope. Everybody please put a thumb in the air. Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4. Some crazy ass kids coming knock up on your door, so let 'em in, let 'em in, let 'em in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some crazy ass kids coming knock up on your door, so let 'em in, let 'em in, let 'em in.
I feel like $1,000,000, but my money don't really feel like I do. And from the ground I built my own damn buzz. People was amazed I was still in high school, but now I'm L. And money what I'm bell. Trying to get so much that I can't keep count.
Knock Knock by Mac Miller. Hell yeah.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Yes.
My name is Luis Romero, and I'm the Fuck Fentanyl guy, and this is the Fuck Fentanyl podcast. I have my friend Katelyn here. How you doing?
Hello. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me on.
Fuck yeah.
I'm so honored to be here.
Absolutely.
And I think what you do for the community is so amazing.
Thank you.
Getting the name out there, having people be aware of fentanyl, so important. So yeah, I just love what you do.
Thank you.
And the brand.
Hell yeah. You're rocking one of my shirts.
Yes. And I work with youth that are in, recovery program, and they love the brand. So that means you're winning because, they're probably the hardest audience to capture.
Absolutely, dude.
So if you can get the teens on it, then you're winning.
Fuck yeah. So where did you grow up, Katelyn?
So I grew up in Mission Viejo.
Oh.
Yeah, right. So I'll pretty much say anything to not be associated with Orange County because I feel like I get stereotyped pretty hard.
Conservative.
Yeah. So I'll say north of San Diego, but I identify as a San Diegan. I spent my whole adult life in San Diego. So
when did you move out of there?
When I was 18.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right when you
graduated high school, got out.
Got the fuck out of there.
Yep.
Man, I've had several clients and stuff from Orange County, so they tell me like all about like how crazy like conservative it is.
Yeah, I just felt like I never really fit in up there.
Yeah.
And then again, right? If anybody, if I say anything about it, then I get mad stereotyped.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But when did drugs and alcohol become in the picture for you?
So in a way, I feel like they were always in the picture.
Always.
I grew up in a family that was an alcoholic family.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like part of what was going on. Mm-hmm. And it was primarily alcohol. Yeah. But it was easy to access. Yeah. So, we had it in the home. I want to say I was 14 when I first drank. I was at like a little kickback.
Yeah.
And I remember being curious and trying it.
Yeah.
And then so I was involved in, sports. So I was involved in swimming.
Oh, nice.
Which is, like super positive, super good. But so I remember drinking and I had a swim meet the next day. Mm-hmm. And some guy was like, you might want to slow down if you have a swim meet tomorrow. But
really?
Yeah. So I just remember like even from the first time, just like laying on the floor, saying weird stuff. Like, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So that was the first time I tried it.
Oh. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 14.
14?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of from the start.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean my story is like a little bit dark. And so, had some like abuse in the house and totally thought that was normal, didn't know otherwise.
Right.
When I was 14, I was pulled out of class. I was a freshman.
Yeah.
And I was interviewed by a social worker.
Yeah.
And asked some questions about like what had gone on at home. And I totally like lied. Everything's fine, right?
Sure.
And then that's when I really started using substances because as a result of that, I think my brain just kind of flipped and it was like, oh, this isn't normal. Not everybody experiences this in the house. And so I started having like suicidal thoughts, like daily suicidal thoughts. And so that's why I started using substances to
cope with
escape. That. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of mental health struggles in my story.
Yeah.
And so I think that definitely like, corresponds with use. I've had people in different recovery meetings tell me mental health is an outside issue. And I'm like, I don't know how.
Wow.
Because for me, like that was an ongoing struggle is, those thoughts. And that's all I knew how to cope with it. Right. So I, would get it however I could. But, from a young age, I knew where it was. So I would go into like the liquor cabinet and I would get a little bit of each bottle so it wouldn't be noticed that they were gone. Pour it into a bottle or a cup and then down it. And that's how I would try to go to sleep at night because I couldn't fall asleep.
Right.
And was just stuck with those thoughts. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then my parents had like in our garage had built out like that's where you go to study is you go into the garage. So I would just be like sitting in the garage like late at night by myself, crying, wanting to die, drinking or using whatever like pills I could find or anything over the counter or anything I could find. So that's really how I started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh God. And it was like that throughout your like, your school and your high school and all that?
Yeah, through my high school. Yeah. I mean, and just like being reckless, just would like break into pools and like hang out with like older people to try to access whatever I could.
Sure. Right.
But I just, young on, I just wanted to do anything that would make me black out or pass out. I just wouldn't want to be in my brain.
Right.
Also, like around the time too, I got diagnosed with ADHD around that same time too. So I was being prescribed like stimulants. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I wouldn't I didn't like the way that uppers would make me feel. Right. So I wouldn't take them or I would hold on to them. And I feel like I've just historically tried to like self-medicate myself. So I would use uppers just so I could like put more downers in my system. It was never like, I want to be awake or I want to go. It was like, I'm just going to take this because I know I can drink and take more pills.
Right.
So, so that's kind of how my story starts.
Yeah,
a lot of mental health and trauma and, and then there's also like, because I was often blacked out, even in high school, right? I was blacked out. Like I would be the person that would just like wake up random places or, wake up on my garage floor and not know how I got there, with bruises everywhere. And just, I needed supervision at all times because I could not be responsible for myself.
I feel
so that's, even just from an early age, that's how I was. And I just like remember, like wanting to die so much, but holding on to hope of like, I'm not always going to live here. There will be a way out.
I see.
And just kind of like holding on to hope for the future.
And that's what kind of inspired you to come down to San Diego then?
Yeah, just a fresh start. I did go to college. I don't know how I went to college.
Yeah.
I think
you were probably smart.
I guess my GPA in high school, I want to say it was like a 2 point something,
Okay.
like high-ish, but 2 point something.
Yeah.
So somehow I got into college. Yeah. So I went to Cal State San Marcos.
Oh, okay.
That's
a good school.
So started, in North San Diego, and
North
then continued to
San-
just
yeah.
slowly over the years
Yeah.
make my way down.
Make your way down.
Yes.
Right. Next stop.
Yeah. I honestly don't remember that much of being in college.
Really?
I know I lived in the dorms.
Oh, no shit.
I know that, I mostly lived in like a boys' dorm, and we would like
Really?
get high and play Mario Kart. Like
Oh,
I just
hell
live on
yeah.
their couch, and like, again, so there were times where like I needed supervision, like somehow, like I would find somebody to support me or look after me because I could not take care of myself. Again, I was like the person that nobody wanted to party with because somebody would have to be carrying me home at the end of the night, always.
Yeah.
Which is not the best look.
No,
and luckily
it's
I didn't
not.
go to the biggest party school, right?
I see,
Like
I
I went
see.
to Cal State San Marcos, but still somehow I would find it,
Right.
Would find the trouble.
Right. We seek the trouble.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so you were like a full-time student at Cal State?
I was a full-time student. Yeah. Got to make my schedule. I got my bachelor's in psychology.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes,
all under the influence?
Yeah. Got accommodations for having ADHD. Yeah. I don't, yeah.
That's
Somehow
actually
survived.
incredibly impressive.
Thank
Most
you.
people are just going like, "Oh, fuck college, man. This is
Yeah.
work. This is work."
Well, I think I found a degree in something that I was really passionate about because I
see.
had so much mental health going on.
I see.
And because I was using substances, like, let's take classes about mental health and drugs.
Right,
like,
right. Yeah, hey.
I think it was something I kind of naturally knew a lot about.
I see.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect fit for you.
Yeah, it was something that clicked. I took a class in psychology in high school, and it was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to be a therapist. I want to help other people. So from an early on age, I knew that about myself.
Wow.
But then I struggled to be able to find a job.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Like
right.
after, I actually did 2 years of AmeriCorps. Shout out AmeriCorps.
Shout out.
I believe it no longer exists, which
Oh,
is so
R.I.P.
sad. Yes. With our current political administration.
I see. Got it.
But AmeriCorps changed my life. I did 2 years of AmeriCorps.
Oh yeah.
I did 1 year on the East Coast and 1 year here in San Diego.
Oh, cool.
So, because
What exactly is AmeriCorps?
Oh.
If you don't mind breaking it down for me.
yeah, good question. It's like a domestic version of the Peace Corps.
Oh, got it.
So there are different branches, but the branch that I was with, you get partnered with a nonprofit and then you work for them.
Yeah.
At the poverty level.
Okay.
You get a monthly stipend.
Ah.
So I always knew like that I grew up, like in a generally like, again, like privileged area. And so I wanted to experience what the people I would want to help experienced. So I went to the East Coast, right? And they put you where they need you. So I lived somewhere, where the crime rate was worse than Compton. I
Right.
had to, I had to wait in line to get like food stamps
sure.
at the Health and Human Services.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So I wanted that experience.
Yeah. For sure.
So and was living at the poverty rate, right? And it was like it was snowing, and it was a place where like, I'm just going on a walk in my neighborhood. And like somebody would pull over and be like, "Are you good? Because people don't really just walk around here." Yeah. So, but there were great people there. Great people.
Yeah.
I grew up more in my life in that year than I ever had in any
shit.
period of my life, probably.
Right.
Because I did my interview and they're like, hey, can you move to the East Coast in 2 weeks? And so I packed my life up in a car.
Right.
Didn't know where I was going to live. Just started, driving.
Did it even tell you where you want to be at?
Well, they told me like the city name, but
but
I didn't know where. Like I was calling Craigslist ads, like driving across the country in Texas, like trying to figure out where I was going to live once I got there. But what I also learned was that my mental health issues didn't go away.
For sure
my using didn't go away. Even just because I changed settings or changed scenery, right? Like those things followed me wherever I went.
Yeah.
So again, I had an awesome experience there. Met so many amazing people. Had a lot of support. So I did my year there and then came back.
Okay.
And then here I worked in Valley Center, was partnered with an organization up there.
Yeah.
And I still struggled. I would drive up Valley Center and I would want to drive into the grade. Yeah. Like I would have thoughts every time driving up there of wanting to drive into the grade, an attempt to kill myself. And so it's something I still really struggled with for so many years. And substances helped it, right?
Yeah, right. Keep you going.
Yeah. It was a means of survival.
Right.
It helped me not think about it. But yeah, still struggled with that.
Yeah. Was it just alcohol?
At that time, alcohol, weed, pills, any over-the-counter things I could get. Yeah. I like, you know how some people say they're like trash can junkies?
Yeah.
Like they'll take anything. I'm just like any downers. I just want to be blacked out and passed out, Sure. Or I'll do stimulants just so I can do more. The other things. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but then I eventually ended up moving to PB.
Oh, what? That's a different location for sure. Demographic.
Yes. So I lived in PB with my sister. And she like really took care of me. She like was that person that supervised me, right?
Okay. You found that.
Yeah. And so living in PB was wild.
Yeah.
But I got arrested because I passed out in front of Taco Bell.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
Lots of people have.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one. But I was working, in the nightlife scene down there.
I see.
And so, like, security was like, okay, like, we'll walk you across the street. And I made it across the street and passed out. Even though I lived, like, 3 blocks away. I couldn't make it home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's where it, like, really started getting bad. I, like, broken bones. Like, I broke my elbow.
Just from passing out and
that time I was on a skateboard.
Okay.
Yeah, crossfaded on a skateboard and
nice.
Fell, but like I just like couldn't take care of myself, and
right.
And I remember because also at the time I was working at as a kayak and snorkel tour guide. And I was like, I'm going to kayak on my arm, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like, my arm's fine. Like, I fell down.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And then the next day I tried to straighten it out, and I was could not straighten it. I'm like, ew. Yeah. So that was bad. Yeah. And then, there was another time where I had to get stitches in my face and got a black eye. Because somebody picked me up and dropped me in. I hit my head on a bar top.
Oh my God.
Right. And my poor sister, like, so I'm like at the bar and they like call an ambulance and I refused to get in it.
Yeah.
And then my sister ended up driving me to the hospital so I could get stitches.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I just like could not take care of myself.
I see.
And, and I didn't really see a way out of it. I kept having like trying to escape my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I had like bottoms for other people, right?
Sure.
Points in which like other people were like, you need to change, right? Like there was one day I like came to and I'm like in my car in PB in the middle of the street, like, you know, it's like 5 a.m. and I don't have my keys and I'm just in the middle of the car. And I'm like, I don't have my shoes. I don't have my glasses. I don't have my keys. Like, I'm in the middle of the street in the car, you know? God. And my sister, I called her, you know, because I lived with her. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, you were like drinking and driving and on drugs and like all messed up. So like I took your stuff and you're in the middle of the, you know, the
now
middle
you're stuck
of the,
there.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to work. And at this time, actually, so for so long, I just wanted to help people.
Yeah.
And I could never find anywhere that I could work.
Okay.
And so I kind of got stuck in the industry of, being like a cocktail server and
right.
tour guide and like kind of these like jobs that were like fun, but not the most fulfilling.
Sure.
And at the time, like finally I thought I had made it because I was finally working in a mental health program.
I see.
For people like who are currently or previously unhoused. Okay. And so I was like, I finally made it, right? Like, I'm going to get my shit together. Right. And then I'm like in the car. It's like 5 a.m, right? And so my sister, and I was like, I'm going to go to work. And she's like, no, you're not. Right. And so we go to her house and she's like calling all these like rehabs, all these places. Right. And I'm like, okay, I'll go to an outpatient, right? Like, I'm going to see how this is going to fit into my schedule,
sure,
right?
Absolutely.
I'll do recovery on my terms.
Absolutely.
So I go to the intake and they're like, okay, so you're ready to get help? You're ready to stay clean? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, alcohol is the problem. I'm going to stop drinking, but I'm still going to smoke weed and do coke and take pills. And they're like, yeah, you're not coming to our program.
Oh, dang. Oh, they wouldn't compromise?
They wouldn't take me.
Wow.
I know. I don't think that program exists anymore. Yeah.
Maybe not.
So I experienced like bottoms for other people with my behavior, right?
Sure. They had enough.
Yes. But I still wasn't ready to get help myself. And so it wasn't until like, you know, because at this time I'm like 26. I'd been using drugs to help my brain, you know, for the last 12 years. Yeah. And I get to a point where I want to die in every state of mind. I see. Coming up, coming down. Right. Like whatever it is, like
nothing was helping you anymore.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I'm like, actively trying to kill myself. Like I'm having these suicidal plans.
I see.
And like, so the day before I went into recovery, like I had this plan to swim west in the ocean and die.
Just swim until you can't swim no more?
Yeah. Just drown. Yeah. And so I start like making it to the water, you know, trying to make it to the water. Okay. But I'm too fucked up and I'm like on the sidewalk, right? Because I can't even get all the way to the water.
You couldn't make it there.
So
physically.
Exactly. So I'm on the sidewalk and somebody like sees me and then like smokes me out and I like pass out at their house, right? Yeah. But then the next day, like I felt it, like I am going to die. I need to change. And 2 days prior, I had just taken like a client that I had worked with to the emergency room because they were having suicidal thoughts. Yeah. So that was a Friday. And then like Saturday nights that night, I try to go swim my life away. And then Sunday morning, my heart is pounding and I'm like, I need to get help. Right. Like, and so I think I like called my mom. I was like, I don't even know what I said to her, but like, I'm taking myself to the hospital because that's the only place I knew of or could think of. Right. So I took myself to the hospital and like, I'm a very loud person. I just am naturally really loud. Okay. And like, I think I was in a full other headspace because I'm in there and like they can't understand me, like because I'm talking so quiet.
Yeah.
But you know, they put me in a room and I get like a babysitter, you know, because like when you want to die, they take all your stuff and they give you somebody to like watch over you.
Mm-hmm.
So this chick was so bubbly and annoying and like talking to everybody, and I'm just crying like in the bed. And then after a couple hours, she comes over to me and talks to me and asks like, are drugs and alcohol part of my story? And she shared her story with me about how she was like in 12-step programming and kind of like debunked some of those stereotypes, you know?
Yeah.
And this side note, like this is also why I love your podcast because I feel like, and your brand and everything is because I feel like in recovery, again, insert personal opinion here.
Okay.
In recovery, there's so much about like being anonymous.
Yeah.
And I feel like if people don't know that there are people that look like them or think like them or people that they know are in recovery or they can be young and have fun, like if people don't see that it's actually tangible and don't know where to go, like that's how people die and that's how like the stigma perpetuates, I feel like.
Sure.
So
I absolutely understand that.
Yeah. And so this was a moment where, you know, the babies, I don't know what to call them, the babysitter, you know,
babysitter.
in the
Professional
hospital,
babysitter.
yes, you know, shared her story with me and shared about 12-step and, you know, gave me hope.
I see. Because you didn't know nothing about it at the time.
Because, I mean, I had gone, but like fucked up.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been there too.
I had gone to 12-step, fucked up, and I didn't really try it. I just like would go and cry.
You were that person?
I wasn't really like trying to connect or understand or, you know, like, and I didn't really know what to do. So, you know, this lady showed me like there are people in it, like real people, and gave me hope.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So she told me about that. And she just kept telling me, like, be brave. She had a tattoo that said, be brave, be brave. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm listening. And then from the hospital, I was transferred to, like, the intensive care psych unit. And I was working at the time with people who, you know, were receiving mental health services and in and out of mental health hospitals. So I was like, you need to send me somewhere far because I don't want to be where any of the people that I work with are.
I see. Makes sense.
So they sent me, you know, like 45 minutes away. And when I got to the psych hospital there in the psych ICU, what was on the mirror was a sticker and it had a dog and it said, I was brave.
Aw.
And that's like, to me, like my first higher power moment of like the thing this lady kept saying to me, like made an appearance and kind of showed me that like I'm going in the right direction. Yeah. So I was in the psych hospital, I think like 11 days or so. Okay. And like at the time, like, oh, my job cannot find out. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I was working in mental health and I was also still a cocktail server.
Okay. So both jobs you didn't want them to know.
I was like, they can't find out. Right. Like, so you're not allowed to have your phone. You have to use like the unit phones and stuff. God. But they've made it a special exception for me so that I could use my personal phone to communicate with work. So they didn't know I was in the psych hospital.
Yeah, right.
And all that. Yes. And they told me like, if like, we're not releasing you until you agree to do some kind of program. Okay. Right? And I'm like, what's the least amount of programming I can do? You know what I mean? Right. So I was released and I ended up doing an IOP, a dual IOP.
I see.
Yeah.
So you had to be there the whole day? It wasn't like outpatient?
It was, I want to say 3 days, 6 hours a day.
I see.
Yeah. Drug testing. You had to get meeting slips signed, like all of that.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, so I agreed to do that. And then I ended up quitting my job in mental health because, I mean, it was so stressful.
Yeah,
So stressful.
I can imagine.
We had like crisis pagers. Like you
fuck.
had to have like once or
God.
twice a month where, 350 clients could call you in the middle of the night. Like it
Shit.
was so stressful.
Oh my
So
God.
I ended up quitting that and continued to be a cocktail server
Okay.
while I was in IOP.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm like, well, this you make fast money.
Right,
you know?
right. Get the tips and then.
Yep. So it felt quote unquote manageable, right?
Sure.
While I'm doing an IOP. And then, so when I got released from the hospital, within an hour and a half, I was in a 12-step meeting
Oh, okay.
because I remembered what like that lady had said.
I see.
And yeah.
That
So
always resonated with you.
yes. And so, yeah. And I kept coming back ever since.
Really?
My third 12-step meeting, I saw somebody that was kind of familiar to me.
Okay.
And it ended up being my neighbor.
Oh, what?
Yeah, my neighbor I lived next to for so long.
What a trip.
And she, after about a month of me in recovery, she ended up being my sponsor.
No way.
And she's been my sponsor ever since.
Oh, what a trip.
Yeah, so she got to see me like in my disease.
It's Z's in the very beginning.
Yeah. There was one time I woke up and I was like in a ball in between my front door and my screen door.
Yeah.
And she like locked out of my house and she like came up with her dog and like let me hang out on her couch, and her husband helped me break into my apartment and stuff. So she had seen me like through some of my worst.
I see.
Yeah, and she's been my sponsor.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Oh, fuck
Yeah. But then, I continue to be a cocktail server.
Yeah.
And I knew like I had to do everything differently because like I didn't know how to sleep without like regulating my ups and downs through drugs. I didn't know.
Chemicals helped a lot with sleep.
Yeah. I didn't know how to eat. I didn't know how to have caffeine. I didn't know how to work. I didn't know how to have friends. I didn't know how to like all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, they say like everything you have to do differently is everything or whatever, but
Right.
that's like really what it was. So
Really?
I would go into the bar, but I would go in through the back instead of like walking through the front and like just trying to do everything differently.
Yeah. Was it triggering for you to work as a cocktail waitress, as server, as you're in early recovery too? Like,
yes. And like I had tried to control my using in every way possible.
Yeah.
Like I knew there was no way to use anything, And then the people that I was working with are people that saw me be such a mess, right?
Sure.
And so I had a lot of support
I see.
from them.
That's good.
Yeah. So it was tough, but I'm so grateful for, those people keeping me accountable.
Yeah.
Not serving me or not trying to push to get me drunk. Or
Everybody
whatnot.
knew that that's not the person to drink.
Yes. So, yep.
Sometimes we need that.
Yep. And then, so at about 11 months, I was in a 12-step meeting and, they would bring in these youngsters and I would chop it up, right? There's not a lot of young people in recovery.
No, you're right.
And so I would, naturally I would talk to them. And it was a treatment center. And so they actually offered me a job. And that was my first, like, I was able to finally get out of like the lifestyle. It was the first time I was able to like work in recovery.
Right.
And like start a new way of life and like have it be every part of my life. Right. I eventually was able to like move out of PB, and try to start fresh.
Yeah.
In all these different ways.
I see.
So.
And you started working at this teen center?
I started working at this teen center. Yeah, it was quite a time.
I've heard some stories.
No longer exists.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah, lots of RIPs throughout this.
Yeah, right.
Times change.
Yeah, they do. That's life, though, right?
Yes. So, yeah, it was wild. So, it was a residential for teen boys.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was wild because sometimes like I'd be working by myself and there'd be 6 teenage boys.
Yeah. And you're a very attractive woman, I'm sure that's like, they're all going to be
thank you.
You know what I mean?
But,
they're all going to be, ooh.
Yeah. So some wild times,
Yeah.
some out of pocket shit for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Leave it there.
worked there. Yeah. Worked there for a couple years and then like was finally able to move up and on,
I see.
Yeah.
You worked there for how long?
I worked there for 2 years.
I see.
Yeah. And so I feel like, maybe at the time I was like, new in recovery, was so desperate just to be able to help people. Right.
Yeah.
And so I finally got there. And I finally got to help people. Right. But it's like kids that don't want help.
Yeah,
and,
that's hard. That's really hard.
Yeah. Kids that just want to be mean to you and throw shit at you and call you names and bring out knives. And
they're kind of big kids, they're not
yes.
like,
yeah, that's true.
they're not like little ones you can just pick up.
That's true. Yeah. So that was quite a time.
Yeah.
It's quite a time to be alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wasn't the most well-behaved youngster, so I can only imagine.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, when you're a drug and alcohol counselor, you have to go to school.
Yeah, right.
So I always was like, I have ADHD. I suck at school unless it's really interesting.
Sure.
But I remember being kind of new in recovery. And so I tried to go to City College where everybody goes.
Yeah, right. For sure.
And I remember I went the first day. And the second day I went to try to find parking and I was like, fuck this. I can't do this. I have anxiety. And I dropped out.
No way.
Yeah, I dropped out. I was like, I can't do school. It's too much.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And then I was able to do all the schooling online.
Shit.
Yeah. So that helped.
Thank you,
for
COVID.
sure. Yeah, that helped for sure.
Yeah. So it wasn't an option before COVID?
No.
I didn't know that.
Not from what I remember. No. I think you had to go in person. I think people have to go in person right now, right?
No, you could still go online.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think once the COVID thing happened, they just kind of implemented it. They're like, okay, yeah, if you found an online one, good for you.
Yeah.
It's like the in-person one is strongly suggested.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah. One of my buddies has actually shot me a couple links. And like, yeah, just go on here.
Cool.
I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because I know that there are other programs that are like fully online or other things that you can do. Yeah. But yeah, so I was able to do it because it was online, right?
Yeah, right.
And so, yeah. And then it actually gave me the confidence to be able to apply to go to school for my master's because I always wanted to be a therapist. But I never thought I was smart enough or had people to write letters of recommendation for me or like, have the grades or this or that. But because I was able to do City College, in the last semester, I actually did a class in person at City College.
Really?
And it gave me the confidence to be able to apply.
Okay.
Yes. And I got in.
Nice.
Yeah, I got into grad school. It's freaking wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
So I got to go to school and get my master's in social work.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really not an easy thing to do.
Yes. So,
how long was the program for you?
2 years. I did full time. Yeah, full time. And luckily the one that I did was hybrid. So you'd go in person every other week. Oh, yes. Yeah. And then so every other week would be in person, every other week would be online.
Yeah, my I was like explaining it. I was in an office where it was literally like my coworkers were in the exact same programs. They did like two in-person meetings and then like 2 online meetings. Yeah, and they had to collect their hours as they were in school, and because they're all just trying to be therapists. Yeah, trying to get their licenses and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked exhausting.
It's tough stuff.
Just looking at there, I was like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah. And then to bring it back a little bit,
Yeah,
that's going to tie in. So, you know, like, so I got clean in 2018.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, okay, I'm clean. All my thoughts are like normal
for
now,
sure.
right?
Yeah, no more mental health problems.
Like,
None.
yes, absolutely. So I ended up like getting hospitalized like multiple times my first year in recovery in the psych hospital, because for me, like I still wanted to die. And like for me, like I saw using as not an option, but I saw dying as an option.
Yeah.
And so I had to get hospitalized to like make it through periods of that. But even through all of that, I didn't pick up.
Right.
You know, even though it was hard, I didn't pick up. And like, I just remember like always feeling so lost. And like, I loved the psych hospital. Like I felt so like I started recognizing the staff and like, they're going to feed me. Right. And then I went to school for psychology. So I'm geeking out with like, what are they going to do for the groups? And you know, so
You're like an intern.
I liked it. Yeah. But I remember my psychiatrist looking at me and saying, we don't know what you're diagnosed with.
Whoa.
You're either BPD or you're bipolar. But either way, we're going to put you on mood stabilizers and you should do DBT. I'm like, great.
Damn.
So it's like, you know, like even though I'm not using, I'm still trying to figure out like what the fuck is happening with my mental health, right?
Right.
And so that has been a journey.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a lot of like random treatments thrown at me. I did acupuncture in the beginning of my recovery, which was so helpful.
It was?
Loved it.
Really?
Was great. I would go like once a week.
Oh, really?
Super helpful. But then I would get all these other like treatments thrown at me. Like back then, like TMS, I think is a little bit different than what it is now. Like transcranial magnetic stimulation, where they put like the magnets on your head.
Yeah.
And like I got offered that and I looked into that and I knew people who had done it. And so what I kind of gathered was, you know, it's helpful while people are doing it, but after a lot of people have relapses and symptoms.
I see.
So I decided not to do that because it was like, you have to drive to Encinitas like 5 days a week for a month and it's going to cost this much. And right. And then I had combo be offered to me. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of that?
No, what is it? Please tell me, please.
It's like where they tickle like an Amazon frog stomach and get like secretions and then burn it into your skin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, so, God, that doesn't sound fun at all.
My acupuncturist offered me that, but then because of all the psych meds I was on, they're like, oh, yeah, you can't do this.
Oh, don't
the psych meds you're on.
Psych meds saved you.
Yes. So it's been like quite a journey, you know, trying to figure out my mental health throughout all of this.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely feel like, you know, and I have, 7.5 years in recovery, and I definitely feel like I don't function as like a normal human being. My brain is definitely not normal. No. But I'm the most functional that I've ever been as a person. Absolutely. You know? And so like with my psychiatrist, I'm like, why can't I just be normal? And she's like, well, you're kind of preloaded with trauma. Yeah. Which means your brain is going to be a little jacked up. So
for remainder of your life.
Yes.
But you know, it's where you start. You know, start the healing journey.
Yes, a lifelong journey. But why I brought that up is because when I was in my master's program, you get to do like these internships. Okay. And I got to do an internship at one of, or probably the biggest psych hospital in San Diego.
Oh, really?
So
what is it?
Short Mesa Vista.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I put that together?
So I got to intern at Short Mesa Vista.
Okay. Big deal.
And so I got to hold the keys to the biggest psych hospital in San Diego.
Hell yeah.
Which is freaking like full circle, you know, which is wild, going from being a patient in and out, like in that period, to now being able to like support and help patients,
Right.
and getting to like hold the keys. It was like the most trippy thing ever to me. I'm like, these people trust me, like, to hold these, like, you know.
They give an inmate the key to the prison.
Right. But it's such a small world because actually, like, you know, they have what, 40, 50, whatever staff there, but for social work. And one of my supervisors actually ended up being somebody that I knew from 12 step.
Really?
So, yeah.
What a
so
trip.
it's like, it's so wild.
Yeah.
Like everywhere I go, you know, like seeing familiar people that I know from recovery.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back for me in a general scheme. It kind of goes back to that like anonymity piece, because for me, I feel really responsible to like share my story because, you know, I started as a young person. I got to be clean as a young person, and I get to live the rest of my life.
Right.
And I feel responsible to share that with others and give people hope.
Right.
And I see that in every area of my life, it is an asset that I'm in recovery. And like in my daily life, like everybody knows that I'm in recovery, right? Like there's some people that are like, oh, I go to work and nobody knows, but for me, it's like everybody knows.
Yeah.
And like I'm better at my job because of it. I'm better, like I have a dog. I'm a better pet owner. I'm a better friend. I'm a better like everything in my life because of it. And yeah,
That's awesome.
get to show up in different ways for people and get to make great friends and have people in my life. And like now I can care for myself. You know,
Right.
Like before I was not responsible for myself.
Yeah.
And I had to have all these people like caring for me, making sure I was safe. And, you know, now I get to care for myself and like help other people.
Absolutely.
It's quite a trip.
What do you do for self-care?
Well, right now I've been hitting the gym hard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen the results.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
So that's an interesting thing too.
Yeah.
Just side note,
Yeah.
like when I was using, I weighed like 120 pounds, so small, so thin.
Yeah.
And once I got into recovery, I gained, I want to say like 60 pounds, 70 pounds, something like that. Like, because I was like, well, I'm not doing drugs, but I'll just eat cheesecake every day because it's better than doing drugs, right?
It is, totally.
And then just could never, like, I've never lost weight in my entire life.
Yeah.
Up until the last few months.
Yeah.
So I've been going to Renegade, doing some circuit trainings.
Hell yeah.
Hiking a lot.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I try to hike. Yeah, I try to hike once a week. It's kind of like a braincation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, kind of be present, away from devices.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a huge one, too.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because I have this brand to be off my phone, but when I'm off of it, it's like, what a nice break.
Yes. Escape. Take some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. When's your clean date?
It is October 1st, 2018.
Hell yeah.
And so I picked a Mac Miller song
Yeah. Please
because,
explain.
yeah. So I was born in 1992. Mac Miller was also born in 1992.
Nice.
And so in fall of 2018, we were both 26 years old, and he passed away at 26, and I got into recovery at 26.
Wow.
And he passed away in September, and my clean date's October 1st. So
Wow.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that's kind of a trip. And so I felt like I had to,
Hell yeah.
you know, pay tribute to him, as
Absolutely.
well as relating to the, you know, the fentanyl epidemic. And
he passed away from an overdose.
yeah. And I think also too, you know, I've had people pass away. I've had friends pass away, but I think what sticks with me most are like I have had kids, like young people that I've worked with that are teens that have passed away from fentanyl.
Yeah, that's
and
fucking hard.
I think that is like so sad, you know, and so it's awesome that you're able to, you know, get the awareness out there and kind of honor them as well as everybody else that's touched by this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This very recently, maybe like a couple months ago, I don't know if he listens to this or not, but one of the teens from that center's that's no longer around. I met him like when I started Fuck Fentanyl, and he's like reached out to me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, I'm back in recovery.
Cool.
I love your band, dude. I fucking it means so much to me." And I'm like, "Dude, fuck yeah, dude. Like, really?"
Yeah.
You know, it's like that was, you know, I for me, it's like if I reached out to one person and it means something to them, that's fuck yeah, I did my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like we said at the beginning, teens are the toughest
Yeah.
audience to capture.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
the fact that, you know, one of them is reaching out to you is like a huge deal. Super flattering.
Hell yeah,
you know?
it is. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not getting any better. I just saw on the from the San Francisco Chronicle that there's a fentanyl that can't even be tested from the strips.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking wild. It's like, you know, they just create more stuff. You know,
Yes.
it's not getting any better.
The whack-a-mole of death.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it just makes me so grateful for
Right.
the recovery I have because
Exactly.
I'm not playing that like roulette
Exactly.
game
Exactly.
anymore with like pills and powders.
Yeah. The Russian roulette with the loaded gun.
Yes.
The loaded gun.
Yes. Because I definitely was like, you know, at one point doing coke and stuff.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
I mean, all kinds of pills, but like at bars, like in the freezer of bars.
Yeah.
Like,
The safest.
yeah. Like who knows? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome, man. And you have a really it seems like a blooming career
Thank you.
because of staying sober and working a program.
Thank
It's
you.
really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the like 360 of, you know, being the patient and then getting to be like the person that gets to help the patient, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I always just wanted to help people, but I think, you know, I never could find those jobs early on because I had to help myself first, you know?
Absolutely.
Being able to give back.
Right.
Because I had no cup to pour from, as they say.
Right.
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
An empty cup.
Yes.
But thank you so much for coming on here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I really think you're an amazing person, man. And I just,
Thank you.
It makes me honored that you got to be here today.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Super appreciate, you know, being able to get out here, get my story out here.
Hell yeah.
Same if I get to, you know, help one person. I also am always super open to people reaching out to me asking for help.
Absolutely.
Right? Because like having worked in the bar industry,
Yeah.
you know, I did have people on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever reach out to me because they saw like, oh, somebody from this lifestyle
Right.
like is on the other side.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's so sad. I had a girl like reach out to me, and you know, I gave her resources, reached out to her, and then she ended up passing away from the disease. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of people that I know that have, passed away, and it's between living in the recovery world and having lived in like that lifestyle. Like I honestly have Facebook because I'm able to see when somebody has passed away.
Right.
Like I have somebody like every month or every other month that has passed away from the disease of addiction in one way or another.
In one way or another.
Whether it's overdose, fentanyl, alcohol, whatever it is. That's why I have Facebook, which is so sad.
Right. As a reminder.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's important to, to be able to let people know that there is another way and that there is hope, and that if somebody's looking for a place to go, there are communities just like ready to welcome them.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that's huge, and I would love to be a part of that. I feel like I get to be a part of that in the work that I do every day. And I'm always happy for people to reach out to me on social media if they feel like they need support or help.
Absolutely. Feel free to reach out, man. Not alone.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Katelyn. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody.